So my name is Joachim Fluhr. I'm an allergologist and dermatologist at Charité Universitätsmedizin, Berlin, Germany. And my current main position, so to speak, is to be the head of the outpatient clinic of the Institute of Allergology, which is a sub-institute separate from dermatology. But I'm trained as a dermatologist and I'm heading with two other colleagues the outpatient clinic. Okay, so my research, other than being a clinician, is focused on, I would say, the epidermal barrier function and its modulation, the pH as a regulating factor, and non-invasive assessment of skin functions and skin physiology. This is to some aspect basic research, but it's also translational research looking into functional modification via topical treatments, systemic treatments. This is important because the skin, as the largest organ of our body, defends us from exogenous harm, but it also prevents from internal loss of body fluids from all kinds of substances. And this barrier is located at the very top of our skin, the so-called stratum corneum, where this resides, and that's where my research is focused on. It's important in many diseases like atopic dermatitis, psoriasis, ichthyosis vulgaris, but also many functions that our latest cosmetics can offer to the users, to the patients, are related to the barrier, like skin hydration, stratum corneum hydration, epidermal barrier function in terms of TWL, pH, just to mention three of the key players in this arena. So we are doing both clinical trials for drugs, investigator-initiated trials are we doing in our the Institute for Allergology. We have a dedicated section that is doing exclusively clinical trials. But I'm also involved in cosmetic trials, in trials that are doing testing medical devices. Okay, quite a lot of these clinical studies are funded or co-funded by pharmaceutical and cosmetic companies. And for me, this is an advantage because we can test, we are one of the earliest, since we are a quite big center, we are among those centers who are at the front line for new developments, for new drugs, and we can offer the latest drugs to our patients, and we can help to improve these treatments. So I'm a member of quite a couple of them, the German Society of Dermatology, the IACI, the German Society of Allergology, the International Society of Biophysics, and the Skin, just to mention some of them. This is not a complete list. The benefit of them is networking. So it helps me to stay in touch with my colleagues, to go to the international meetings, for example, the EADV, one of my favorite meetings where you can meet many colleagues, mostly clinicians, and also to meet drug and cosmetic companies to discuss the next studies that we want to do. Okay, that's an interesting journey. So the journal that I'm currently editor-in-chief, Skin Pharmacology and Physiology, is one of my favorite publishing journals since the early stage of my career. And the other cargo journal in the area, Dermatology, was actually one of the journals where I published one of my first 10 papers. So I was familiar, and they had a very high esteem in my early career. Then I was recruited as a reviewer at the beginning, then a co-opted editorial board member by Jürgen Lademann, and I helped him to shape the journal. I took over from time to time some editorial responsibilities. Now we are the two of us, editor-in-chief. Yeah, and I have a lot of fun with it, I have to be honest. My dream for our journal is to be the top journal on everything that is related to skin physiology, to barrier function, to topical skin pharmacology, and that it's recognized for this value. We have, in my opinion, a relatively short publication time. So once it's accepted, it gets out quite quickly. Another strength is that we are really focusing on dedicated areas. You can read what is the aim, what are the target subject of this journal. So read if what you want to publish really belongs into this journal, and then look up where have other people published around this subject. If nobody ever has published on this subject in your target journal, the likelihood that you will not be accepted is quite high, because the editor also has difficulties to find among his the pool of his reviewer, the pool of his friends that help him doing the editorial work. He has a difficult time to find somebody who is sufficiently expert in this area to review the manuscript accordingly. So be specific in what you want to say with your publication, and then look for the adequate journal.